As the project for instructional design and project management, I chose to design a lesson unit that I'm going to be using with my students this year, where we take their writing and turn it into a blog. This allows for a more authentic use of writing, where the administrator, my principal, myself, and the students' parents, and even their peers can go on and read their story and then comment on it. So they have to keep their audience in mind, and also gives them a chance to see that as writers they need to have detail in their writing so that people can picture their writing. So I chose to place all of my products from my unit onto my Google site, where you can see the address right up here. So it has the lesson design where I analyze what I want to do, what the problem is, and how I can solve it. The assessment for this topic, which is a rubric since it is writing, and it also takes a look at the technology of their goal is to think about their audience and to be able to use technology to communicate with a wider audience. And then there's a checklist for their writing skills, which the students and the teacher both complete. A checklist for their technology skills, which the teacher uses to talk to them about what skills they need to continue to work on, and also helps to complete the assessment rubric at the end of the unit. Then there are all of the charts that I will be using for teaching the lesson the first time, and then I'll put them up each time we work on the blog again, since there are videos, and the charts have links so that the students can access the videos if they are unsure of what to do next. So we have a video of an example of how my mini lesson would go, a video of how to publish the story that will be for the students, important keys that they need to know in order to write a sentence correctly. You need to have uppercase letters, spaces, punctuation. A video on how to add a picture. This one is a little bit different since they will be using my personal computer in order to do this, because I will have to email myself a picture that I scan from their story. And then this is a link to our class blog. When I was working on the lesson design, I used ADDI model as my design model. I started by analyzing what I wanted to do, which was have my students be able to communicate their stories with a wider audience and to think about their audience in order to add details. I started to design my unit by taking the writing lessons that would be the background knowledge, and then figure out what they needed to be able to do technologically in order to access the blog and publish it. Developed all of the steps, the goals, the objectives, strategies that they would be using, activities that would help us to reach all of those objectives and goals. I will implement this unit in the second trimester, and during all of this process I will be evaluating not only what I am doing as a teacher to make sure that my students are able to learn to be better writers, learn to use technology, but also evaluating how they are doing by seeing what skills they need practice on and what I need to do to help them as a small group in both writing and technology. I look forward to teaching these lessons to my students, and also to be able to share them with my colleagues, both first grade teachers and second and third grade teachers, in the hopes that they will be looking at the technological standards that we're supposed to be reaching for, and would perhaps implement blogging in their own classroom as well.